This is YBR, and today we're doing stuff on the NES.
God damn. No, look. We're not doing photo cams. We're playing games. And, I already picked out a game. Very good game for the NES. NBA 2K. Let's put it in. Thing about NES games, they don't fit in well. So old and stuff. Red light's flashing. That means... Oh, that means you need a cartridge, actually. Duh. There you go. There's a cartridge. Tommy Lasoda. What the fuck is that? There we go. Nice and... Right. That's right. This is my racist NES. It doesn't play black games. Fucking... It's okay though. Bayou Billy. This NES loves rednecky games. The Bayou. Oh, this NES is gonna love it. Love it! Here we go.
Alright, so once you get the game started, you get that crazy swirling shit, and you get 4 choices: Game A, Game B, Practice Mode, and Sound Mode. I choose Game B for reasons I'll explain later, but first off, you gotta listen to what happens once you choose Start.
The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
That's right, the game just talked to you. So you get a pretty generic storyline. This random thug, I think his name was Gordon, took your girlfriend, who was named Annabelle or Isabel. Man, I'm not good with remembering things. But he took her and ran to his estate. You have to get there and save her. Very basic storyline, not much to it. One cool thing is when he's done talking, what happens? I don't know when he'll stop talking. I think, let's see if he's... let's see what it has to take. Just wait a second. Oh, it doesn't happen this time. It's the next time. I forgot. Okay. Right now it says use the controller. That's the Game A, Game B thing, going back to that. If you choose Game A, some places use a zapper, some don't. If you choose Game B, everything uses a controller. So the fighting mechanics are pretty basic. You have one button that does a kicking, as you're seeing right there, and another one that does a punching, as you just saw. And if you hit them both at the same time, you do a flying kick, which I don't use for a little bit, but they're all do the same amount of damage as far as I know. They just hit different ways. But you just fight people and kill them and you move on. This game is well known for being ridiculously hard. It took me about 5 hours to actually do it, so it took a while actually. A lot longer than I expected, but I eventually got through it without a single, full game over death. I did die a couple times and lost a life, but I never got a game over. But anyways, you just fight through the people and you'll get to the end of the level basically. At this point, no people have weapons, but later on they will have some. All they have now are their fists, and they're not too good with them. I'm able to pretty much kick their ass without too much trouble. But as you saw, one of them exploded into chicken or turkey. I'm not quite sure which it is, but you pick it up and it fills your health back up. And there are these birds. I try to hurt them, but I almost always miss them. That's the only time I ever hit them. They'll appear again some more. There's that kick I was telling you about. It's actually useful for going through the water faster because there's alligators in there. And yeah, so these are the guys who actually use weapons, sort of. They actually use boulders, but they don't use them well. Like, they pick them up and carry them around, but they never throw them. Except one guy, he uses a stick. It's like everybody else is like, alright, let's go smash people with boulders. And this retarded guy comes in, hey guys, I got a stick! And he's just like, those guys are just like, no, bro, we're supposed to smash them with boulders. And he's just like, I got a stick! Fucking, I don't know, but you can pick up the stick as you see. But you cannot pick up their boulders. Their boulders are too heavy for your wimpy ass. Anyways, the reason this game is hard is because it's a port of a game called Mad City in Japan. If I say the Japanese version, Mad City, the non-American version, or anything like that, if I say something like that, I mean Mad City, the Japanese version of the game. And yes, you do have to kill crocodiles here. you have to punch the crocodiles, because kicking them can't really happen because you're in the water, you can't kick. So you have to actually punch the crocodiles, or alligators, I don't know which they are. Well, if I'm in a bayou, I guess it would be an alligator. Anyhow, Mad City, everything is said to be slightly slower, the enemies I mean, and about a third of the health, or they say 3 times more health for the American version, so whichever way you want to look at it. But it's a lot easier, supposedly. Also, there were some graphical changes I've heard, and the voices were added for the American version. Or, not American, it's actually the European and American were both having the voices and such. That was a mistake. Okay, these guys are the scuba divers who make absolutely no sense to me. You only see them a few times in the game, but why are there scuba divers? Is this like gangster guy just like, oh man, get our men this fucking scuba suits, we're gonna fucking get them. I mean, it's like, what the fuck? But anyhow, they have these guns they can shoot. They don't actually shoot me for some reason though, but they drop bullets. Each time they get each time they get killed, they drop 6 bullets, and you can pick it up to get some ammo for your gun. And you see at the top it says bullets 12. That's how many you got, obviously. This guy has a stick. You can't exactly use the gun effectively until after you get them to have this piece of metal-looking thing fly off of them. It's kind of hard to show off. Just watch him really close. Oh wait, he didn't fly. He already has his fly off. But the scuba guys have a iron like thing that's on their chest that protects them. See right there, it just flew off because I had one. But then you can't shoot people or throw knives at them when they have that. The only people who have it by default are these guys and that guy in like the second from last level. Everybody else doesn't have one. But the game does not give you gun ammo very much. I was right here. I was wondering if you could kick the crocodiles. You can't. It seems like you have to be in the water just punching them. You might be able to if you tried hard enough, but I'm like, I don't have to kill these ones as far as I remember, so I'm gone. So I was just like trying to get out of there as fast as I could, and I think I managed that alright. And you get out of there, and pretty good soundtrack to this game overall as well. And this is him saying, you know, gotta get Annabelle. It was Annabelle. I thought it was Annabelle, but I was for some reason thinking. I kind of talked over his laugh. Yeah, that's another thing. This one has the DPCM voice for the intro where it says Bayou Billy, his laugh, and another part which I'll go over when we get to it. This is one of the ones that could use the zapper or the NES remote. I used the remote, and all you do is you just go around shooting people. It's quite simple. Not much to it. I'm going to actually just double speed everything just so it goes a little faster because it's not too fun. Right now you hear it beeping. That's me having a bulletproof vest on so their attacks can't hurt me, which is pretty useful. And right here it freezes and people just keep dropping in the same spot. I'm like, oh, this is pathetic. They just keep dropping in the same spot. I just keep killing them. Right here actually, I had to use the NES for the NES controller for everything. I couldn't use the zapper because I have an LCD TV, so I was like, alright, we'll use a controller. And I've gotten surprisingly well at using that because I've played a bunch of games that do that. But yeah, you just shoot them and you can pick up bullets. I don't know why I do it. It only counts the shot if you miss. And right here I'm like fucking getting lazy, so I just shot everything. And that's there's a boss right here. I'll slow it down for the boss. This is normal speed again. The boss is in a helicopter, as you see. He drops out people who will shoot at you. You have to kill them too. But the helicopter has a fair amount of health, and the biggest annoyance is they shoot you, and as far as I know, there's no way to avoid being shot by it. So if you don't have a lot of health when you get into this fight, you'd be screwed. Or enough. I managed to really pound him down hard because I managed to tap it fast. But if you couldn't tap it really fast, you might be screwed on that. Unless you have some health buffer. I'm trying to remember when he talks, but it's just more of like, I have your girl. See, that's the laugh though, that's cool. But it's just more of, I have your girl, ha ha ha. And I think this stage is, yeah, it's just another one in here. It's the same stuff pretty much. These guys actually have weapons now. They have knives and sticks. I still have the armor from the last time though, so when they threw the knife it bounced off if you saw. It's weird. What it saves weapons that you're carrying and your armor, but not the bullets. For like between levels. I don't know why they do that. It's like they just don't save bullets for no good reason. That's funny. That bird just got killed by pure luck. I was just like jumping along trying to avoid the crocodiles, and a bird comes over and gets his fucking face smashed in. So here's some crocodiles I had to punch to death. This took a while, but they're not too hard to dodge and such, because after you punch them, I don't think they can hurt you. It seems like if you get the first punch on them, they won't hurt you, because they'll just be like stunned basically, and they can't do anything. But this is boring, so let's just go double speed through this real quick. It's a lot of just standing in the same place trying to punch them and then not getting them, because they won't fucking come out the water. It's just like crowd creeping on me, but I can't hit them, so it took a long time. Eventually they will come out. I think one of them may be dead already. It's hard to tell for sure, because sometimes they like swim in the exact same spot. So like right there, what the fuck is a crocodile doing? And there we go, they're dead. I managed to find the chicken one of them dropped earlier, and there's a boulder guy again. Let's slow it down a little bit again, just normal speed. And we got the boulder guy and a stick guy. Not too much to talk about. You just beat him up and you'll move on. The big thing is, later on in the level, there's a boss. He's not too hard if you get the jump on him, but if he gets you, it can be bad. You just gotta make sure you can't. Because you have a limited health bar, fairly limited one. These guys are kind of a pain in the ass for some reason, I don't know why. I do manage to take them out okay, because one of them dropped that chicken turkey thing, whatever you call it. Whatever it is supposed to be, I should say, not whatever you call it. I mean, I know if it's a chicken, you call it chicken. If I know it's a turkey, you call it a turkey, but I don't know which it is. Now that time it weren't too bad, actually. Oh, and here's the boss, I think. Oh, no, it's not yet. Sorry about that. Must be after this. I saw the opening, so I'm thinking that might be it, because he does have an opening before you get to it, as far as I remember. I guess not. Anyways, these guys all have knives, so if you pick up 2 knives in a row, you only get 1. But the thing is, if you make them drop the knife, a lot of the time they'll try and pick it up, for any weapon actually. If you make them drop it, they'll really try hard to make sure they get it back. But if there's like 3 knives dropped and you pick them all up, then you get 1, and you could throw it, and that's it. So, right now I just lost my stick, and he picked it up like a fucking asshole. That asshole. He hits me, sees me, I don't have my stick, and he goes and picks it up. Twice, actually. I punch it out of him, and he picks it back up. Okay, here's the boss. If you get close to him, it seems like he won't attack you. It's weird, like the way I did it. I was like right next to him, he kept making noises like "rrrr, rrrr," but his attack kept missing somehow. I don't know why. I think it was just I was so close to him, they were like going behind me, so I was just able to wail on him without any problems. And then it says help me as the girl's in there, but they drive off and you can't get her. So I was like, oh no! And as you saw, they were in a car. So let's just wait for this speech to go by. It's just more of the general, I have your girl still, and you can't get me, ha 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 ha, and shit. Not anything really interesting. Best part though. Can't beat that laugh, man. You just can't beat that laugh. Alright, so here's a different level style in the game. This is a racing level. It took me a sec to remember the controls for there. But you hit up to go, left and right to turn, A and B as weapons. You have to dodge the things and make it to the end in time. And if I remember correctly, this was, again, made dramatically more difficult for the American version. What they did is they made it, I think, Mad City. It was just a straight line, and the roads were slightly wider even. But when they brought it to the US, they're like, oh, let's make it curvy. Well, they brought it to everywhere besides Japan. They said, make it curvy, make it, shorter, and all kinds of shit. The funniest thing about this thing, though, is, okay, I'm in a Jeep, right? You know, Jeeps, they're alright vehicles. I got blown up right there. That sucks. But you know, Jeeps, they're alright vehicles. They're good for off-roading and all kinds of stuff. Don't mind me. I'm just going 180 miles per hour in one. On a dirt road. What? 180 miles per hour on a dirt road in a Jeep. Okay, I mean, it was a big deal when cars could just reach 200 miles per hour on a road track, like a road legal car. You know, they're super aerodynamic and all kinds of crazy stuff in it. It's a fucking Jeep. Jeeps aren't aerodynamic. And it's off-roading. How in the fuck is it going 180 miles per hour? I mean, rally cars. Fucking like the Pikes Peak rally cars, which are like my favorites. Pikes Peak is a fucking awesome idea and such. But those things with like fucking... I think they have like 1,000 horsepower almost. Literally 1,000 horsepower. I don't even think they could do that in the dirt. Maybe on road they could, but not in the... There's no fucking way. Fucking Bayou Billy with his god Jeep. Oh yeah, there's the bombs. And before you just saw me mostly going pew pew pew, but I'm like, oh fuck these planes. So I pulled out the bombs. The other one's just a normal pew 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 gun. I don't know what to call it. It's just a gun. And I got fucked. This is where I died actually. I think almost all my deaths except maybe 1 or 2 were in these levels. So that sucks. It's just the way the game is. There we go. There's the end of the level. I had 15 seconds left, so it wasn't too bad right there. I mean, it could have been a lot more difficult, but I did pretty well, actually, being honest. I'm proud of that run, even though I died twice. So here's some more talking about him. I'll shut up while it goes, because not much you can say about it. I mean, I could say stupid shit, like, oh, the Japanese was written in katakana. I don't remember. I just remember reading something like that. I don't fucking know Japanese. I just remember I was like, the Japanese was entirely in katakana or something, but I don't know what that means. That right there, that was the luckiest attack ever. I'm just like, holy shit, that hit. I don't know how I did that. But yeah, this is just a different level. You're on road now, but you can still only go 180 miles per hour. I would think you should be able to go like 220 right now. I don't know, but yeah, that's just me thinking cars go faster on one or the other. Maybe it has, you know, tires for the dirt, so it can't grip the regular streets as much. I don't know. One thing I kept having though is my hands are sweaty, so a lot of the time my finger would slip off the gas, and I'm like, shit, and that messed me up a lot. So yeah, this is just another one. I think, actually, you know, I didn't pay attention to this, but I think the game has one of those games where it does a slow day to night cycle, where like the start of the game it's in day, and it slowly gets darker. Like right here, you see like it's kind of like the sun setting in the distance, you know, and well, there's a helicopter and jeeps and shit, but the sun's setting and you're kind of just driving to it. I think it eventually, I know it gets dark in the end, so I don't know about the previous levels, but I'm pretty sure it does that. I know a lot of the graphics were like minorly changed for the US version, but or the non-Japanese version, but I don't know what. From now on, if I say US, I mean just Bayou Billy in general, not I basically mean Bayou Billy and not Mad City. I don't think there's any differences between the US version and the Europe version, but I might be wrong. When I say US, I mean US. What I have. I don't know. I mean, it's probably the same for Canada and shit, but I don't care. I'm just overcomplicating things. But like for the minor graphical changes, you see the attack that like attacks the helicopter or the planes. I want to say I read the Mad City one had a stick of dynamite, it would look like when you attacked them. I can't remember for sure. But like I said, I think the roads were wider and they were entirely straight. And I think it was easier to see the things on the side of the road, but I'm not sure. Oh, the biggest thing. You actually had a health bar on this in the Mad City. You had a health bar so you could crash into multiple things. At least that's what I've read. So it was harder. I mean, it's easier in the well, everything's easier in Mad City actually. But it was a big change to it. And I think the driving stages are longer too in Bayou Billy. I think they were shorter in Mad City by about. I don't know the exact fraction actually. And this was close. I was stressing this. I'm like, oh shit. My finger slipped. I'm like, no! Go, go, go. I was scared I would lose that, but I pulled it off somehow with like 2 seconds left. That was bad. That was how close it was bad. I'm gonna actually have to pause this in about 20 seconds and come back to you. So I'm gonna let it go for as long as possible because the video got split because that's what my recording software does. So hold on, it's gonna be in a couple of seconds. Okay, I'm cutting it right now. Alright, sorry about that. Just the way my video recording stuff splits things. Anyhow, you kind of missed a little bit of intro to this level as you walked in, but not much. So this is a non-Bayou stage actually, but it's supposed to be some sort of street on Louisiana, I guess, is what always makes me think of. I don't know. Could be right, could be wrong of what it's supposed to be. One thing though I want to find eventually is supposedly a LCD handheld thing of Bayou Billy was released. I want to buy one of those eventually just for the hell of it. Even though I have absolutely no way to record it, it sounds like a fun thing to have. It just seems cool. And maybe the comic book too, but that'd probably be even harder. As yeah, it has a comic book, and this is a new enemy actually. Kind of worthless. If you get close enough to him, he fails miserably. I mean, he misses. Yeah, I think, like, see, he just doesn't attack if you're close enough. You just punch him a couple times, then you back away just to be safe if you wanna, and let him attack once. But really, oh, that guy stabbed my guy. Oh, that son of a bitch. One thing I didn't figure out till really late is the easiest way to dodge people is just go diagonally. That's actually very useful. Is just go diagonal. Screws with their mind. That's what I just punch them to death eventually. When there's two of them, they can get you, but like I said, if you're close enough to them, they always seem to fuck up. So just rush right in and yeah, murder it all. And then they got more of them, so you just murder more, murder, and then just keep murdering them. Takes a while again. Just like punch, wait, take a nap. It would have been a lot faster for like Mad City, you know. It's like, hey, have 30% of the health, 33.333333. You get what I mean. Ooh, these guys are cool. They have a new weapon, the whip. Fucking, I killed Indiana Jones and his brother Indiana Jones. I don't know. That's what always makes me think of Indiana Jones. Is the only person I know who does a whip. And the only thing is, they always pick it up the second they drop it, so you can't pick it up and then kick their ass. It seems like the second they drop it, they already picked it back up. Motherfuckers. That guy, he got fucked. I like took his whip and he's like, no. And so now I have a whip. This thing is powerful. You get some distance between you and the enemy, and you just whip them. And you can pick up the knife too, just for the laugh of it. But then you have no whip. I regretted that so much. I was like, fuck, I like the whip. I only have a knife now. I was annoyed. And then I couldn't even pick up the knife, I think it was, because it went too far to the side. I was like, god damn it, I wish I had my whip. And so here's actually a triple group of enemies that are, again, somehow easy. Well, somewhat easy. They just punched me as I said that. It went terrible. But you just punch them, and they die. Not much else to say. I'll go to double speed. There's some more people with the whip again. It's only one guy this time, so you could beat him up enough pretty easy. And I actually took his whip that time, so I was like, fuck yeah. And here you could just, let me slow it down just so you can see how good that whip actually is. You just fuck shit up with that thing. Because the thing is, they'll drop their whip, so they back up to try to grab it. And then you just get free hits on them. Well, most of the time. But I'm at 1 health right here, so I was a little nervous, but I'll pull it off. They all drop whips, though. If you pick up that stick, you'll lose the whip, which makes me mad. I almost did that once. Right there, I mean. But as long as you keep a little bit of distance, you could usually whip them. If you get close, you can still whip them. It's just, it's unsafe. See, like, point blank whips still hit. It's just so close, you don't want to get punched. Especially under the circumstances I'm in where it's a 1 health bar. that whip was extremely helpful because I could keep my distance. But see, when you go diagonal, they'll usually just go up or down to try to match you, so you can get some distance between you two, and you can smash in, just face in with the whip without too much trouble. So yeah, you just keep on whipping people. Not much else to say about that. And I'm gonna actually pause this just for 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. I had to go just temporarily. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, is I'm actually playing the video in VLC as I commentate. So that way I could do the live forward or fast forwarding easier. I think it's an okay idea of how I could do this. I mean, so far it's working out alright. But there's nothing too much left to say in this level. It's a lot of fighting, having a whip, whipping people. So I'm just going to 2x speed it for a little bit. Let it just fly by. That guy's funny. He keeps trying to throw his knife at me, but I'm like, bitch, I have a shield. Or not a shield, sorry. I have a, what's it called? What would the term be? A, jacket. Bulletproof vest. Bulletproof vest. There we go. So there we go. That's the end of that. Now let's slow it down just a bit to normal speed. And that was Bourbon Street, actually. That's right. It says right there, how was Bourbon Street? And then that amazing laugh. I love that. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's just cool. I mean, it's in an NES game, and it's like kind of realistic sound laugh. It's cool. So here's another shooting stage. There's not much to say about it. Enemies could be behind the doors. They could be not. Enemies do whatever the fuck they want. There's a guy on a bike who's a fucking asshole. I don't know if he ever shoots you, but he takes like 5 hits to kill. There's not much I can say about him. I'm gonna just go at double speed. There's a guy in a manhole you can kill, and blah blah blah. Let's actually bring this to 4 speed. You just shoot people. There's another part where it pauses. You just shoot them. No big deal. No big deal. And there's eventually something else I want to point out. That's why I'm not just saying let's go to the next level and skipping entirely. It's not bad graphics wise. It looks, it has variety to it. And again, I had an armor-proof vest for a second, and here we go. Let's bring it down. This was one of my mistakes I actually make. I have 6 bullets now because I was spamming them everywhere through that thing. So I have 6 shots, dramatic music, and bosses. I actually do a pretty good job of keeping my crosshair on them, but ran out of ammo. You got a kind of cool picture though, where Billy's like, no, like he's getting shot at. Even though in reality he's like just clicking his gun, going, oh shit, I'm out of ammo. Anyhow, I pretty much destroy them this time. There's 2 guys, one of them who throws knives at you that you can shoot out of the air. Another guy who just shoots bullets at you, who is my main concern. I try to hit the knife too. I mean, I'm just fucking all over the place in this thing, being honest. Because I was turboing it. I was like, turbo. So I used like 100 something shots in that few second time period you just saw. I didn't care. I'm just like, I'm gonna get through this. So I turbo button that thing and blew everything apart. Everything. Alright, so this is the second from last stage now, I think. I want to say it was. Maybe not, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure, maybe. I don't remember. Yeah, it is. Okay, this one was a bitch. I'm gonna just say this. This first part, you gotta get lucky. I mean, if you can get it where it's just one guy, that's great. If you can get them all globbed together, that's also pretty good. But if you get distance between you and them, they'll shoot your ass. That's bad. I actually managed to steal one of their guns, so I'm like, fuck this shit, I'll shoot their ass. The only thing is once you get the gun, it's like, oh yeah, I have a gun, let's shoot. Oh fuck, I forgot. These guys have the armor, or the bulletproof vests. So you gotta take those out of their hands and such. And they also have whips. Fuck them and their whips. I wanted my whip. It's not too terribly hard, but it is annoying having to deal with this, especially when they're right here, like cornering me. I was like getting my ass kicked, and then I managed to just actually, it was like, oh yeah, I have a gun. I'm like, pull that shit out, bang, bang, bang. But I was scared right here. I mean, I had 1 life left, and I'm like, no, I will not fail this. So I was avoiding the dogs until later because they're not too much of a threat. They're just kind of hard to hit, but they also have a hard time hitting you. But they just jump by, fly, and you try to hit them. It seems like the only time you can really hit them is as they're jumping for me, mostly. So you just kind of have to wait until they're in jumping distance and try to hit them. You can shoot them or whip them, whatever you do, it just one hits them. It's not too terribly difficult. And then this is the last level. I want to say, actually, he moves faster in Bayou, but in Mad City he had more health. The funny thing is, his health in this game is just a little bit over a normal enemy. It seems so pointless. It's like, his health is not much more than a normal enemy. His biggest thing is he can dodge really well. For a fat man, especially, it's like, damn it. So this is inside of his, what do they call it? Do they call it mansion? That's him. He has a gun. I have a bulletproof vest. See, though, he just, like, jumps out of the way and shit, and it's annoying. But it's a little difficult. Because he just dodges and dodges and dodges. Eventually, I do kind of corner him. Let's just go at double speed because I'm just failing everywhere. Look at that. He just fucking dodges everything. Pisses me off. It's like, dodge, dodge, dodge. Motherfucker! Here we go. I think I corner him eventually, though. It's like right about here. Yeah, I corner him, kind of. And I actually managed to get him some. I thought he was going to take my whip right there, too. I was like, no! It's my whip! I kind of cornered him on the right a little bit. I don't know what that was. He like grabs you and then lets go of you. I think I was hitting the buttons fast enough where it made him release me or something. I don't know for sure, but it was funny. I was like, oh no, he has me, and then I just get released. I'm like, oh, okay. Whatever. Works for me. So here's where I get him cornered really and just kind of kick his ass. I don't know what he grabbed me again and somehow got out of it. So I'm like, yeah, the game's over. And then it goes, who the fuck are you? Honestly. Whoops, sorry, it's slow-mo. No slow-mo. But who are they? Who are you people? I mean, I'm gonna go in double speed because this is a long fight. But like, out of nowhere, you have the guy who's just threatening you this whole way, and it's like, okay, this is my main enemy. This is who I have to get rid of. This is him. I'm killing him. He's dead. I'm done. I'm continuing on. 2 fucking knights come out of nowhere? And I was freaking out because this is the first time I faced them. I just kept hitting them and their health was staying up. I was fucking freaked out. But eventually one of them does go down. It's actually what it was is it shows the blue guy's health. And I was hitting the red guy first mostly, so it's like blue guy isn't getting hurt at all. Red guy's getting his ass kicked, but I don't know that, so I was worried. Here's a funny part. I'm gonna slow it down to normal speed so you can just get a reference. This is like where I really said, man, going diagonal is great, because I'm literally circle strafing them, and they're trying to follow me and just failing miserably. As I just circle them and whip them, and then I circle them and whip them. And they really ain't got shit on that. Alright, so I'm gonna go a little bit faster. Double speed, actually. They're dead, so you get happy music. And out comes the girl, Annabelle. This was Annabelle, right? She dresses different in Mad City. And in Mad City, it has the ability to say, bitch, I don't want you. Well, not exactly that quote, but God, that's awesome. Why can't I do that? I'm such an introvert and fucking don't go outside or anything. It's like, I don't need no bitches. I got video games. Fuck off. I would have hit that in a heartbeat. But I couldn't. Which makes me sad. But it's okay. It's okay. And, so they just say, like, I'll be here for you and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it kind of disappoints me that you can't say you don't want them. It's like, I love you. Oh, Billy. Lick, lick lips. Ah, nom, nom. And then it goes through their full names. Whoops. and who programs it, and they have the names for the characters, like the Fat Man. It's funny though. It's like, let me slow it back down. It's like Chain Man. Or no, he's not a good example. Whipmaster's not a good example. Actually, he was, but I won't. Dogmaster is Swamp Gas Charlie. It's like they use. Okay, they have an alias is what they go by. Then they show their nickname. They don't ever show a real name. These credits go on for a while, so I'm actually 4 times speed this. These regular credits. I'm 4 times speeding this. It's everybody involved. In fact, this is still gonna take a while. 8 times speed. You don't get to hear any sound though. That's okay. 4. It's 4 times speeding it. And about here we'll go back to normal, so you can at least hear the song. I really love the songs in this game, actually. It's my favorite part is the game actually has a good soundtrack. Right there, it's really hard to hear it through the music and all. Let me try to get back to it. But right here it says bye if you listen really closely. At least that's what it's supposed to say. I can't understand it for sure. Here it is again one more time. Just so you could try to understand it, because it took me like a bunch of tries. Except I talked over it that time because I'm an idiot. Okay, here we go. Listen. I don't know if it really says bye, but that's what they say it does. And that'd be a perfect time to just throw up a screamer. Listen really close, it says bye. I won't ever do that though. It's too much video editing. I'm too lazy. That's why you can trust me. I'm so lazy. Nothing like that will ever happen. So yeah, you could just let that song go out. And, so this has been Bayou Billy with YBR Retro Play, new series. First try at it. I don't know. It seems like it might work out. So see you next in a different Retro Play.